Good evening, everyone. Quick little video on levels, getting some messages about it's breaking down, whatnot. If it does break down, these are the levels. I see 44.4 to 44.3. I did update this tweet. It has a possibility of going down to 41.5. I'll go ahead and explain that. Really depends on the waves. We've got a couple trends lines here, and one of these is the reason why I'm actually doing this video. This trend line here has actually broken, and we're retesting it now. This is very important to keep an eye on and may give you clues as to what is going on. If we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, which is kind of flat, and 5 down, which holds true. 2's normally retracts hard. 4 normally is a little flatter. This is going to be a corrective wave, so you're going to get an A, a B, and a C up, which may be restricted because of these moving averages, so it may be somewhat flat. If that is not the case, and this is a 1, a 2, and a 3, this would be 4. We know that 5 cannot be longer than 3 because 3 right now is shorter than 1. 3 cannot be the shortest wave here. So if you measure that off, you end up with something like 8,300. And if we measure what 5 would be, it will give you the potential bottom of 5. If I can find 83. Which takes you to the 41.5 area. Now, ideally, it's not going to go that far, so what we need to do is we need to look left for support, which is going to take us back to these levels here. Where you're going to see that 42.8, 42.6, 42.5 area is most likely, if those levels I already supplied don't hold, where we see us catch down here. So you're looking right in this vicinity here. What's interesting about that is if you see this bottom trend line coming through, it's actually fairly in line where if this thing breaks down, we're going to end up in those levels, 42.8. So you've got a falling wedge here. This thing, likely we will break out of this and break up. Typically falling wedges lose momentum as they contract into the bottom. So seeing this thing break through is not a surprise right now to me. The main reason, like I said, that I'm doing this video right now is this break, because typically price and markets, the way they move, they often hide things, and this is kind of what's going on. This looks bearish. The moving averages look bearish. Them being above the price here is bearish. Us getting rejected off of them looks bearish. But if you don't draw this trend line in and see that it's actually rejecting off the trend line, now it's testing the trend line. Now, can it break above this? That's what we're looking to see if where this thing develops. If this thing can get above these moving averages, we can start looking at other possibilities. Switch over to the daily right now. We've got some other moving averages coming in right about the same levels. They're a little bit above, coming in at the 50 level, which is really what we bounced off of yesterday. So just some things to keep in mind. You really need to watch these trend lines. They hold keys, especially in markets like this where price and everything looks so bearish. One little thing, like a break of a trend like this, can save you from getting into a bad trade. We also see that volume was picking up a little bit. It's the highest volume we've had in in 5 days or so. Plus it's positive volume yesterday. Us going red here doesn't surprise me. You're typically going to retest the day before its lows, which is kind of what we see going on here. We're trying to test that trend line and these lows right now. See if they're going to hold, see if they're going to turn to support. The trend line turns to support. If it does, once again, we're looking at this thing going higher. Upwards from here, we do have the 50 level, which is pretty strong due to all those moving averages. That's coming in about right here. And then upwards from there, you're going to be looking 55, and I believe it's 58 area, 57 to 58. And upwards from there is 60, which we have not really been able to get above. And it's looking like 59 even. So those are some of the levels to keep an eye on. Once again, main thing here was this trend line break. Don't let price action get ahead of your actual research. Things like this, like I said, this will save your pocketbook. Thank you for your time. Xrp Charts on Twitter. Like, subscribe, follow, and share. Hope you have a good night. Hope you learned something. Till next time.